mistake because one of us is wrong, and I got a feeling it might be me on this. But yeah,
Well,
anyway, one of our teams, men or women, are going to get the Euro. I think it's the Euros in 2035. But
I
we'll
thought
see anyway.
I thought it was the
We'll
World
see.
Cup. Yeah, this is it.
I didn't think it was.
All
It's
right.
going. It's going well, isn't it, bruv? It's going very well today.
First 10 minutes.
Well, go and have a nice lie down in a minute. I
So would I.
think do some
So would I.
pillow
Yeah.
talk.
So yeah. So I mean, does that then give us hope going forward that the women's we might be seeing the World Cup? We might be seeing ourselves winning the World Cup. Don't you think?
Well,
I'm very optimistic here.
yeah, I think the women's team are pretty much up there in world
Yeah.
rankings.
Yeah.
They really are. So I think they would take some beating. I mean, probably the best opposition would be Spain and the USA. So, but England are definitely up there with them. We know we've got some excellent players in our
Yeah.
women's team, superb
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those sort of golden ages of women's international football for us. The England team is just full of excellent footballers. So yeah, we're lucky
Absolutely.
on that.
Absolutely. But I must say though, we have beaten Spain this year. I think it was last month or last 2 months. We did give them a good thrashing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think we're the best in the world now.
Optimistic,
I'm
optimistic.
very, very optimistic. Come on, England. Yeah. So what was I going to say again? Well, I'm just looking forward to the next match now, which is tomorrow against Belgium, and
Mm,
I think that's
mm,
just going to be amazing to watch again because we've shown Belgium that we can actually demolish the
yeah.
whole team, and we did that beautifully. 5-0, 5 goals to
Mm,
nothing. That's a great. But there was something that happened in the game though, and I don't mean to be a buzz killer here, but there was something that happened in the game, and out of excitement, she was excited. This player was excited, and there was a new player, and she actually scored a goal. And Serena Wegman, she was so happy with this player that after the game, she went and she got her face that and she gave her a kiss. And I'm thinking, all right, okay, it's a woman to woman. If she was a male coach,
well, yeah, yeah. It's a
if she
very
was
good
a
point,
male,
isn't it?
yeah, if she was a male coach and that happened, what would we have made of it? As football lovers, as a nation, even though the footballing world, what would we make of it? And I'm saying that because it did happen in Spain, didn't it? Where
Mm.
with the Spanish coach, and when that happened, he destroyed his career basically. It did. It
He's
was
been banned, isn't he, for 2 or 3
yeah,
years, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has been banned. And I look at that and I'm thinking, should I say something? Should we say something? Should we just let it slide? And I think the best thing would be just to let it slide. It's very controversial, isn't it? A female to a female, no problem. A
Yeah.
male to a female, there's a problem. What if it was a female coach in the Premier League and he does that to a male player in the Premier League? Would we still get the same level of, outrage like we had it with the
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question, isn't it? Because I don't believe, I can't think of any female.
like we had it with the
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question, isn't it? Because I don't believe, I can't think of any female coaches or assistant coaches in the Premier League. There probably are some people, second or third in line to the main coach, the main manager or whatever.
yeah
But Yeah, that's a good question. If it happened the
Yes.
other way, you would have to say that, a male footballer probably wouldn't object. I don't think many guys would object to a woman in being thrilled at the goal is scored or the result. Just expressing that in a quick kiss. But having said that, I guess a male footballer would still have the right to say, "Hang on a minute, that's not part of the deal." And I
Mm,
don't really think it would happen. I
mm.
mean, what you'd have to say is that the one combination you missed out was male to male.
All right. Yeah.
But of course, I'm sure I'm right in saying this. I've seen Pep Guardiola kiss some of his footballers after. He's such a tactile guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's warm. He's great. So and he goes around all the team and a lot of the opposition saying well done and giving them a bit of a hug. As did Klopp. Jurgen Klopp was the same. He was very tactile too. And I
Yeah.
actually think the men players, for the most part, like that. Because what we're touching on here, in a sense, is the sensibilities of women, the sensibilities of men. I think most people, most right-thinking people, on what the Spanish fellow did, and in some sense you could almost have a bit of sympathy for him if he has really destroyed his career. He's certainly lost a lot of credibility for what he did, and he had to stand down from his role and all that. It
Mm,
was over the top. There's no question about that.
mm.
Even if one can feel a slight sympathy, in the moment he just, did something he really shouldn't have done. But
Yeah.
actually, from the male perspective, I think we, probably with good reason, we have to be much more careful, not just in sport, but in our dealings with women, with females generally. Whereas one could be instinctively a bit tactile. Nowadays, you have to say, "Hang on a minute, I shouldn't go just tapping someone on the shoulder or saying well done." We have to think about it, even if we, in that instant, decide, "But actually, I know this person quite well, blah blah blah, no problem." But we do have to think in a way that I suspect women don't have to think. The
Right.
fairer
Right.
sex, the fairer
Yeah.
gender, it's much
Right.
more acceptable for women to do those things. And in a way, I suppose I can see why they are the gender, the species, that part of the species which tend to rear the children. They carry the children at first and they rear them.
Yeah.
Um,